Hi, I'm Bill Pickett, and welcome to my world. I don't know about yours, but my world has gotten a lot smaller over the past month and a half because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, I've been retired for 14 years, so I've gotten used to having a lot of control over my time, and as a matter of fact, between my writing and reading and photography and working on the internet, I spend a lot of time around home anyway. My wife, Marilyn, and I take a fair number of trips to very warm places or to very interesting places, or sometimes to visit family and friends that we have spread around the country and indeed the world. As a matter of fact, we've had to cancel 3 trips, 2 to California and 1 a river cruise on the Rhine that we were very much looking forward to this fall. So we're spending more time around home. I could say we're spending more time in Rochester, but frankly, I've only put 120 miles on my car in the last 5 weeks. So I'm not really going very many places at all. Out for a walk once a day, otherwise staying at home. My wife Marilyn goes 3 days a week to take care of her mother, who is 102 years old and is living in her own home. But other than that, we're around home. And so, finding myself with a lot more time on my hands, I decided that I would take a look at my presence online and really try to redesign my website and add some more features to it. Since I got off of Facebook in January, for security reasons and also because of their failure, in my opinion, to deal effectively with their political advertising, I know I've lost touch with a fair number of people that I really care about. So I thought that by turning my website into a portal to the various contents that I have online, it might be helpful for them. At least if they chose to come to my website, they could begin to see what I've been up to. And so I'd like to take you through the website, show you some of its features, and ways in which you can use it to find out what I'm up to. So let's go take a look at that right now. Here's what you'll see when you open it up. As a matter of fact, you've already done this, and so you have been playing this video. Now the video is kind of small on the page, but as you're watching it, even now, if you click on this icon, it'll get much bigger. And as a result of that, you can see more of what we're talking about here. You hit escape, you get out of that, and you're back now to the main page. Also, if you want to watch the full screen version directly on YouTube, you can click here to do that. Let me stop this now so it won't distract us. I'm challenged with my clicking ability. So here you see the my home page, and this is where really most of the things that I've been involved with you'll find. Over here on the right, you'll find my general blog, something I've been doing for the past 10 years or so. I comment on a lot of issues that kind of get into my head and I begin to think about and want to write something down so that I can get even clearer about what I think. Generally, you'll find the 3 most recent ones will be posted here, and if you click right here, you'll be taken to that site, Bill Pickett's blog, and this one, the most recent one, it may be something else by the time you get on the site, to take a photo or make a photo, and why it makes a difference. And you can read that and see some of the photos and some of the opinions I have about things. Now back on the home page, if you go on down to the bottom, you'll see another blog. This one is called On Pilgrimage with Bill. This is a blog for my thoughts about religion. And I've been doing this since 2012. And generally what you'll find here is the most recent one that I have written and posted online. And again, you can click here and you'll be taken to that blog, and you can read this one is What Keeps Me from Listening to the Divine One. That says expanded and revised because I wrote this in January of this year, but after my experience of living as we have for the last month and a half and trying to find where the Divine One is in all this, I went back to that and expanded and revised it. And then over on the left, you'll see our trip blogs. As I mentioned, we travel quite a bit, and we like to post blogs that tell what we've been doing, show a lot of pictures of where we've been, interesting people we've met, and family. The most recent was a trip to Florida, which thankfully we got done in February, got back here home about mid-March, so we didn't have to deal with any of the travel difficulties that would have been later. We can see we were at Orlando, visiting the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and SeaWorld. If you click on this, again, you go to that blog, and you can see what we were up to and what kind of experiences we had. And then just above that, you'll see a new feature, which are podcasts. I began recording some of my blog posts in order to make them available to maybe people who would be interested but might not read but might listen to podcasts. So they're available now. What you'll always see here is the most recent one, and if you want to play it, you can click right there. If you go to this link, it will show you a page on my site that shows the 9 platforms as of right now that it's available on. If you click on any one of these, you'll go, like on Spotify, you'll go to the world according to Bill Pickett, and you can see at this point the 5 that I have recorded and posted. So those are my podcasts. Back again on the main site, right in the middle, below the welcoming video, you'll see my latest Instagram photos. And this is where I post kind of interesting photos that I've taken, particularly with my phone. This one was a walk we went on in Highland Park about a week ago. We're looking for some early spring color. Didn't find a lot, but we did find some, as you can see there. So I generally try to have post on Instagram, and again, you can go to my Instagram site and subscribe. I try to post kind of recent photos there and some that I think are interesting. So at the top on the navigation bar, you can read a little bit about me if you want. Right there. The Common Good was a project I worked on several years ago. It's very interesting and a lot of content there. I do a lot of photography, and these links here, the first one, Google Photos Archive, I use Google Photos to share mine, and this will take you to the archive where you can see here's early spring in Tinker Park, SeaWorld, Epcot, whatever are the most recent ones. They'd be different when you visited with that link. You can also go to Grateful Heart Photography, which is a separate website that I have, where I post what I think are some of my better photos. This will take you to Minden 64 photo show I had a couple of years ago, and you can click on any one of these, and it'll bring up a larger size and also provide you some of the annotation. This one, a full moon over the Sphinx, which however is located in Kansas City, Missouri, my hometown. So let's back out of here and get back to the main site. And then finally under photography, you can click here and you'll go to my YouTube channel, where this video, along with a lot of others, are posted. These are all publicly available, and you can click on those and see what I'm up to in terms of video. Over the years, I've written a number of prayers, and these are the ones you can see, and you might want to visit those and see what's up. I do a lot of other writing as well, and this page, if you click there, will take you to that. I do, as a volunteer, I create and manage websites for organizations that I believe in. And you can click on this and you'll see what some of those are. God's Words, Many Voices is my current effort, but you'll see some of the others there as well. And then, of course, are the podcasts and my blogs and my newsletters, which I send out occasionally. If you want to contact me, you can click this and get a contact form, which you can fill out and send to me. And I always appreciate that and like hearing from people. If you're interested and you want to get on my newsletter list, you can click here and it'll take you to the MailChimp form where you can sign up for my newsletters, and I'll make sure you get them as I issue them. Usually, maybe once, sometimes twice a month. If we're traveling, we do a lot, but we're not going to be doing much traveling. So that's the my website. I hope you've enjoyed this little tour of it, and that you'll come back and visit. It'll be good to see you. So take care and stay well.